Judge Aileen Canon, a Trump-appointed judge, by the way, who has been giving preferential treatment to the convicted felon and former president in his classified documents case that she's been overseeing, has now dismissed the case entirely on the grounds that Jack Smith's appointment as a special counsel violates the Constitution, seemingly just looking for any way to give Trump a get-out-of-jail-free card, something she's been trying to do since the case was brought to her, rather than have to rule on the merits of the case itself, a case that seems rather open and shut. This comes again after she already delayed the case to further play into Trump's hand and allow the trial to potentially not happen before the election. But it seems like she was out of avenues to continue doing that and chose this one, this very thinly veiled one that probably won't hold up on appeal or in the Supreme Court. And just like that, that allows Jack Smith to be able to appeal to the 11th Circuit Court, something he's probably been wanting to do for a while now, since it's clearly been Canon trying to play into Trump's hand and just delay the case, holding hearing after hearing about pointless things and doing this and that and stuff that no experienced judge would ever do, and all legal experts seem to agree on that. And this would allow him also to get a more competent, more experienced, unbiased judge on remand. And it's also, again, unlikely that Canon's ruling would ever hold up in the Supreme Court. However extreme they are, this ruling would invalidate the appointment of any special counsel, pretty much every single one. This comes again after Canon also halted the FBI review of the documents while granting Trump's request to have a special master review the evidence, but this was quickly turned over in a court of appeals, as they said she was trying to carve out unprecedented special exceptions for Trump that nobody else would get. Again, just looking for any reason to delay the case, even in ways that she knew would eventually get shot down. And it seems she's back here at it again, as on the merits, this is probably the most open and shut case of Trump's four indictments, as the intentionality aspect of the crime is clearly met, and obviously he had the classified documents. He knowingly had them, is on audio talking about having them and not classifying. The Presidential Record Act, as I said, doesn't allow the president to just retroactively classify documents. They have to be labeled as personal documents upon creation. They can't be private or classified and then you make them personal. That's not how the Presidential Records Act works. And he then directed his employees to hide the documents when the FBI stated they were coming to Mar-a-Lago to search for them. This violates 28 CFR 601, which clearly states the Attorney General has the grounds to appoint a special counsel if they deem either a conflict of interest in the case for the DOJ or that it would be best in public interest to appoint an outside special counsel. So this ruling seems like they wanted Biden's DOJ to roll over it. Like they're saying that would have been the right thing. That's kind of odd, seeing how as in any case where the DOJ where the state DA, not even the DOJ was involved, they're saying, oh, Biden's DOJ, they can't possibly be unbiased. But now it seems odd because he complains the DOJ is targeting him, but now he's also complaining when an independent special counsel brings a case against him. Very clearly, he is just trying to not get held accountable for his actions, even though this was done to prevent any of the conflicts that he has been bitching about for months, for years now from arising, which is also clearly laid out in the Independent Counsel Act that was passed through Congress. Congress passed an act on this, so it's backed up through legal precedent as well, and judicial, executive, all branches of government agree on this except for the Trump-appointed judges, it seems. So this really just plays as a way, again, to further delay the trial where they know it's going to get shot down on appeals or through the Supreme Court, where it seemed that it was kind of beginning to be likely that this might actually happen before the election, to now almost certainly not happen until after, as it'll have to get appealed, go to a new judge, the Supreme Court might have to hear it, and then the case will have to start all over. Not only would this undo this case if this was held up, but it would invalidate rulings like David Weiss in prosecuting Hunter Biden for his recent trial. That one could just get thrown out. And as I aforementioned, every appointment of special counsel by an attorney general, which would throw out hundreds, if not thousands of cases that would have to be relooked at, possibly thrown out, and people exonerated, which is why, however extreme the Supreme Court is and has grown in recent years, it's hard to imagine that even they would ever uphold this ruling.